Oh, it's so nice to see you and all of your lovely backgrounds. This is the Zoom party. Awesome.
You see the one for me, right? I mean, I see the van behind me. You see, mentors.
Yeah, it's awesome. You look like you're floating in space. Yeah.
By the way, I'm Javier, Manuel, the bass player, and Jordi, the guitar player.
Amazing. And it's so nice to meet you all.
And you, the magician.
Oh, yes. So silly. I love that. I'll take that. I'll take that compliment. It was a team effort, that's for sure.
First of all, let me apologize for my English. Isabel.
Sí.
Isabel.
Isabel.
Like in Spanish, right? Because in Spanish we say also Isabel. So that's
I'm part Spanish, but unfortunately I don't speak enough Spanish. Unfortunately, but
yes, because baños is
yes, baños. I don't know who took off the ñ.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But nobody here understands the comedic value of my last name. It is such a great last name to make jokes about.
You are known as Banos.
Yeah, so I guess when my father moved here, him and his brothers, unfortunately, they probably didn't want to be, bullied for maybe a different last name or something. So I think they took off the accent, unfortunately. I don't know. It was a different time, but would love to bring it back.
But you are original from there, no? From Montreal, from Canada?
Yes, I was born here in Montreal. Okay. Yeah, exactly. My dad was born in France and his father was Spanish. And my mother was born in Portugal.
Oh, it's international.
Yes.
100% international. Huh?
That's pretty much Canada for you. There's all kinds of backgrounds. It's a lot of fun. No? Yeah, exactly.
We apologize also for being old people.
That is the best thing I've ever heard. I mean, I don't agree.
Well, only them, eh? Only them.
Yes, because
Jordi younger. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's too funny. You're apologizing so much. I would think that you were Canadian.
Okay. Got it.
That's a Canadian that cultural specialty in Canada is we're always apologizing. We're always so polite and no one ever wants to get mad about anything. It's very funny. So I feel right at home.
But you see that Javier is used also to apologize for everything, It's always like, I'm sorry for that, I'm sorry for that, I'm sorry for that.
Yes.
He's very polite.
Apologize
He's very polite.
for being in a bathroom. It seems like a bathroom, but it's not. It's a isolated cabin.
Yeah, it looks amazing. And your beautiful plaque is there. Congratulations. That is amazing.
You too, with Lander.
Yeah. I mean,
congratulations.
It's so much fun. I'm so happy to be a part of their journey. It's funny. Like I'm just a contracted kind of employee. They'll hire me from time to time to be in their videos, and they just work so hard over there. They do such a great job. So I'm so happy for them, and I'm proud to be a part of it. It's been so much fun over the past I don't know, a year or two. Oh, yeah, it's fun. Anyways, and and Lander connected us too, right, on the network. Yes. So
it was a Lander, yes, not the YouTube channel. It was Lander, searching for excellent producers. Was you because of your music, of your kind of music, your quality, and so on. By the way, I can scream here. And nothing happens because it's isolated.
That's it anytime. This
my
kind
gosh.
of thing it's very common.
How do you put up with him? How do you deal with him?
We're used to.
So much fun.
That's the reason why we have long time, working together, doing a lot of things together, because first of all, we are friends, right?
Yes.
It's like we are like brothers in the end. Yeah, this is the first thing.
Well,
and second, that we really, let's say, enjoy doing what we are doing, not only with the music, because sometimes we are talking about different things, personal things, and so on. And this is the funny thing, right? and we are always, you see, with a smile, and always happy, just talking and saying things that somebody, or sometimes that doesn't have any sense. But it's okay.
That's the best way to live life, I think. I try to do the same thing, and my band Caveboy, and we're friends first, and it's always, no one can make me laugh like they can make me laugh, those two. So I can totally relate. That's how you stay together. That's how you stay a band, because it's a really, really hard industry with a lot of really tough parts and a lot of negativity. But if you can focus on the fun and laughing and just enjoying the adventure of it, I think that's how you last, I think.
Yeah, and this is the problem with sometimes the bands when they are really young, they are starting like, dreaming, no? They are like, we did something, but we are now at the moment that, okay, we have done a lot of things in the past. Now it's like, let's have something, but just to enjoy for that, just to have fun. And that's all. We are not looking for something like, okay, our idea is to have to perform in some place in the next months or probably in the next year. But this is something that we want to do, not in order to get money to be famous or to become famous. It's like just because we enjoy doing it.
We're still young.
You need to have a private chat. Oh, I love that. Yeah, I totally agree. I can totally relate. I think we're all on the same page. Can I join the band? No, I'm just kidding. I already feel like I'm a part of the family.
Do you have any plan to come to Spain in the future? Because probably we can do something in the future.
Oh my gosh, I would love to come to Spain at some point. The closest, I don't know, what's the closest? I'm doing some traveling this year to London.
Mexico.
No, I'm not that bad. No, I'm doing London and Germany and Sweden.
Really?
Yeah.
But performing with the band, or it's
kind of just taking my business there, just networking, meeting new people. I'm part of this great kind of cultural exchange program for women in the music industry. It's called Key Change, and it's funded by Europe, and there's a partnership with Canada as well. So the governments are funding that. So it's really, really great. 75 women and gender minorities in the music industry are meeting up in these countries and just spreading the word that we exist and just meeting each other and taking the world by storm. It's very, very exciting. It's going to be my first traveling in like over 2 years. So I'm very, very excited to visit these new places. Unfortunately, not Spain this time around, but hopefully soon.
But you are very close to us.
Yes, exactly.
In fact, there are really nice and big festivals, but industrial festivals. They are just meeting the people who is just moving the business here in the music. And one of the big festivals in the industry is in Brighton, in London, no? With the Great Escape. Not sure if you have been. Yeah, we wanted to ask also. We plan to have some questions for you. Something like, because it's our first time working remote with somebody, in this case for Javier and you, because it's something that the new technology is allowing us, to do these kind of things. So basically, one of them will be like probably what was the main challenge, producing this song for you.
I mean, I think the challenge remotely is always just general kind of communication. Which I don't think it was really a challenge this time because, you guys are such pros. I feel like you know all the lingo, you know what you wanted, and you were so open-minded and so trusting that it really did feel like a smooth process. But you can never compare it to just being in the same room together and just having a chat and just do you like this? Yes. Do you like this? No. Okay. It's just it's just like riding the wave of you're in the zone together in the same room. There's a vibe, you're having fun, you're making jokes, you're having ideas, magic is happening. And unfortunately, you do lose that no matter what when you're working remotely. There was still such great vibes, and it was always fun to see a new message pop up and I wonder if they liked it, or I wonder if they have notes. It's still fun in that way, but there is that break in time of maybe a few days would go by and then we'd reconnect, and maybe a few days so it does kind of break that vibe that you get in being in the same room. But it wasn't even a huge challenge because it was always so positive.
Yeah, probably this is talking about the disadvantages, no? But probably the advantages is also probably you have more flexibility in order to just to close I can start now probably producing the song. I don't need the people here. So you have more flexibility in terms of timings, no, let's say, during the day. If you go to the studio, okay, you have all of these advantages, but from the other side, you have to be there, no?
Yeah.
At the time that everybody's there,
true.
and you have to meet them. Yeah.
Do you need to like the song?
I do. I really do. I mean, I'm still relatively, new to doing this kind of more full time, more professionally. So still kind of building a name for myself. So there are some times where I worry of like, how picky can I be? Like, can I just work on songs that I absolutely love? Or can I make some exceptions like, oh, this song's okay. Like maybe they'll be open to my suggestions. And so it's kind of a case by case thing. But the more I progress, the more I'm aiming to really just work on music that I really, really care about, that I'm passionate about, that I feel like I can bring something to the table, that I feel like it's going to be a good collaboration. Which is why I agreed to continue to work with you.
So you were honest.
Of course, I'm always honest. Yes, I always try to be honest. That's for sure. It can be hard, like, someone approaches you with a song and maybe it's not.
Sorry, I don't like your song.
Exactly. It's like, it's such a personal and vulnerable thing to share your songwriting with a stranger, so I try to be really, really kind and delicate. And like I said, it's a case by case thing, but so far, most people who have approached me have been so talented. I feel so lucky to work with them. So no complaints so far.
Probably you realize that. Sorry, Jordi, go ahead.
Yeah, when somebody like us, for example, say change everything, you see it as a challenge, or you see it like more a positive thing? What do you think? Because
do you mean like when you sent your demo, like change everything, like we're open, or like I send something and you're like, no, change your whole idea?
Yeah.
Because there's two different ways about it. It's like when I first got your demo, it's like you can already tell that there's a great song in there. And that's always what I'm looking for, is just like if the foundation and the songwriting is there, then my job is easy.
But the English pronunciation is bad. But okay.
Your English is perfect. Stop it. I'm just fishing for compliments now. No, I really, really appreciate it when artists have an open mind and they do kind of give me freedom to experiment. And, you had sent me so many amazing references of songs that you like and sounds that you like and instrumentation that you like, that I felt like I was ready to go. Like I had kind of a vision and I had a feeling it would kind of align with what you were going for. So in that particular case, it was a dream come true, like just to have, carte blanche like that, just to have a blank canvas and the freedom to be artistic is any artist's dream, I think. Because sometimes, I've worked with people in the past where this is a demo and I want it to be the demo. Like I want it to sound like the demo. I'm like, okay, what do you want me to do then? Okay, I'll just re-record the parts. At this point, I feel like I'm just engineering this song, which is totally fine. But it is always a privilege to get that artistic freedom, to get that openness.
It's difficult because you must trust your producer.
Yes,
and it's very, very difficult. And the question here, or the key point is the key point here is that you are so talented. I'm serious. I mean it.
I appreciate
it.
Then
the smart choice we think is to feel free to do everything you need to grow the song, or the song grows. Sorry for my English.
No, you're great. I mean,
I can understand.
Yeah, I can also understand. I totally agree. And I try to, approach every new collaboration with that in mind, because I have been on the artist side, more than I've been on the producer side. So I can completely empathize with that feeling of, you're handing over your baby to a stranger, you know, like, please don't destroy this, you know, and, you know, it's not cheap either, you know, it's a chunk of money that you're handing over, and you're handing over this kind of creative freedom. It's like, you know, so I really try to stay mindful of that and make the artists that I work with kind of know that I understand that, and that everything is like, I'm open to all feedback. All feedback is always welcome kind of in my studio. You know, I want this to be collaborative. I want everyone to feel like their voice is heard. I'm not here to like make you sound a certain way. Like, I want us to bounce off of each other, and let's create your sound together, you know, as much as possible. So yeah, all to say that it is a huge challenge as an artist to do that, and I totally respect that. Yeah.
Probably you realize that Javier is a very analytical person. No? I'm not sure if you realize that or not.
I'm physicist.
Exactly. But the question, I'm very curious to know.
I'm a nerd, people.
You see the YouTube play there, no, on the right side.
Yeah.
A YouTuber. So basically,
Schrödinger equation.
Yeah. I'm very curious to know, in terms of average time of average, no, because probably you were producing this song in X hours, no, let's say. Not sure if this is inside of more or less the average that you are working or producing other songs, or you had to invest more time with us because of basically, or it was more or less the way, or you prefer this way in order to have clear instructions or things like that. No,
no, it was this was certainly one of the most kind of professional collaborations that I experienced, and to do that all remotely, it just made everything so much easier, so much more seamless. It really felt
with a README TXT. README.
Honestly, like, it's not, you know, it's not obvious to everyone how to work remotely, and how to send files, and how to give feedback, and how to kind of use musical language. Like, not everyone knows musical language, you know, of when they're giving feedback. Oh, I want this to sound like this. I want this to sound like this. Sometimes it can be really, really hard to communicate that way. So everything was just so seamless. All the files that I got were just so clear and well explained and well labeled and everything. And those little things make a remote collaboration go so much faster and so much easier, which I'm so grateful for. I was just so impressed the whole time. I'm like, these guys are pros. Like, this is gonna be amazing. I'd say on average, it might have even gone faster than some of my usual gigs. I feel like I usually spend like anywhere from like 3-ish to 5 days with an artist, like in person, you know, going through things. And even though our remote collaboration maybe took, I want to say a month or two, I don't totally remember, but it was just the nature of the remote collaboration of like every kind of message taking maybe a day or two, or sometimes a week, or like just depending on both of our schedules. It's normal, it's expected, and no one was mad about it, you know. It's totally fine. But I kind of wonder if we had worked in person, like, would it have just been a day? Like, just a super quick, amazing kind of magical collaboration of just when everyone's on the same page, it just goes really smoothly like that. It's kind of fun. But yeah, I'd say on average, it was one of the more fast and seamless collaborations I've had to date.
Nice to hear that.
So, watch yourselves. Everybody did a great job.
I would love to know or to be able to understand what's your trick, because your work, your updates, it sounds great, like a masterpiece, or master in the sense of mastering, well mixed. So what the hell? What's the trick? Because when we worked with other producers, ¿cómo se dice eso? ¿Suena como la mierda? ¿Cómo se dice?
Sounds like a shit. Yeah.
Sí, like a shit.
Oh, I know mierda. I know mierda.
You are waiting for the final stage where the mix and the mastering will solve everything. That you did it.
Yeah, the first try. Yeah.
What's the trick?
Oh, well, that's
conscious? Are you conscious of that, or what?
No, I just want to reinforce the message also from Javier, because that's true. I mean, the first time that he or they shared the song, for me was like, come on, this is not normal. Really? I was listening, it was like, come on, yeah, exactly. I was
you're making my head so big.
Yeah,
Oh.
no, and that's true. We are very honest here. So if the same happened to me, it's like, come on, guys. I mean, didn't happen before. Javier is producing also sometimes different songs. Javier, come on, what's happening here?
I'm like a kid with respect to Isabel, a little kid.
Oh, well, you're all so kind. I really, really appreciate it. And I'm so happy to know that you appreciated the stuff I was sending over and had such positive reactions to it. I feel like it's certainly a conscious decision when I'm working on things. Usually, yeah. And the first thing that I'm going to send, I do spend a lot of time on it, because that's going to be like 80% of the job, is finding the vibe and making the vibe sound amazing as I have the skills to do. And when you send that over, it's going to help have that positive reaction. Because if I have an idea in my head and I have a vibe and I send it, and like the vocals are really quiet and the drums are really loud and the guitar's only on the right, and things like that are kind of messing with your listening experience, and it's maybe not sounding like the most professional quality, it might act as a little brain trick of like, oh, I actually don't like these ideas. Even if the ideas are great, the fact that they're not sounding like they could, it might have a little kind of illusion on your brain that, oh, these ideas aren't good. So I kind of try to, first of all, when I'm creating ideas, I don't really have a trick. It's truly just like trying things and seeing what sticks, because I'm very oriented by my body and my feelings and my gut reactions and my emotions. So I'll literally just be like, on my guitar or just on my bass or on the, MIDI controller or a synthesizer. And I'm just like playing, or I have the vocal running and I'm just like playing along with the vocal. And as soon as I get a little second of like, oh, something special just happened, I'm going to record that. And I'm going to keep refining, and I'm going to keep refining. And I just continue to do that layer by layer by layer until I get to the point where I'm listening and I'm like, yeah.
That's it.
Like when I'm feeling excited, that's something special. So once I get that feeling, I'm just refining, perfecting, trying to get, even though I only have, 20 seconds of a song, I'm trying to make it sound like it could sound on the radio, so that when I send it over, hopefully you're getting that same excitement that I got when I was first making it. And yeah, I do it to the best of my ability. I'm not like a $10,000 an hour mixer, but getting that, 80% of that job done at the beginning, again, just makes the rest of the job so much easier, because then it's just structuring out the song, maybe adding some more layers. And like, you can put yourself down all you want about your productions, but the stuff that you were sending me, I barely did anything to it. I was pretty much just dropping it in, maybe some little tiny EQ adjustments here and there, but like, it felt very much like a real collaboration, a co-production. We were all working on it together, bringing great ideas to the table, and that they were just fitting together like a great puzzle. And that was really, really fun.
You're very kind, but you are the responsible 80 or 90%. Do you feel that the README TXT is useful in some sense, or not? All this information, this song and this other song, I like the bass of this song, but not. Do you feel is useful?
Yeah, all the reference songs that you sent and the explanation, I loved that. And I always ask that from artists. It's one of the first things I ask, because again, I've been an artist and I know that I take inspiration from other artists. It's just natural, and I'm influenced by other artists, and I listen to other songs and they get me excited because of the bass line or because of the drum beat or because of the lyrics or whatever. So of course I need that information. And what you had sent was so much fun, because I think it was clear from the beginning we have very similar interests in music genres. Like we really like a lot of the same sounds and a lot of the retro stuff, but a little bit more modern. And I think I had told you, like, this is the most fun reference playlist I ever got because I discovered so many new artists
I don't
that
know.
I was like so excited, and like so many new songs that I was so excited to learn about. And it immediately brought me into the world that I was kind of already picturing. So I was like, perfect. Okay, this is going to be so much fun. Yeah, it was super, super helpful. And I wish all artists could be so organized and so clear with their vision.
Yeah, because our concern was, okay, he was sharing the songs, but probably not all the songs. I mean, we like all the songs, right?
Yeah.
But in this case, it was like, okay, no, in this song, just put focus on how the sound of the bass is there, no? Or in this song, not the general, let's say, result of the song, but just a specific, things on that specific song. And we were concerned like, okay, but probably she will think that we like this band or we like this song. No, it's just something specific on that song, no? And we were concerned, like,
no, that's so normal and that's so helpful because, yeah, I think if you went into it, it's like, we want our song to sound like this song. In completion, like that doesn't make sense, right? Okay, well then go make that song. But like sorry, go ahead.
I don't know if it's correct to say the picture I sent you, Isabel. Do you remember the picture?
Oh yeah, wasn't it like, what was it? It was like The Weeknd, like with like a Photoshop guitar or something.
Weeknd with a guitar. Instructions.
That's all you had to send me. You didn't even have to send me any songs. I'm joking. Oh, that was so good. No, but yeah, like I think the cool thing about, making original music like you guys is you are taking pieces from different inspirations. You're taking drum inspiration from this artist. You're taking bass inspiration from this artist. You're taking vocal inspiration from this decade. You're taking, that's what makes kind of new music special, is because like everything's already been done, so how can you be a little bit more original and kind of find your own voice and your own sound? So
yeah. This is coming probably to the next question. It's like, not sure if you have any unique formula or you are applying different formulas in different productions that you are doing, because in the end probably you can have a base, no, a formula, but in the end, I mean, probably that formula is not working, or probably yes, no. Or probably you are more like, okay, for every song, for everything that I'm doing, I'm applying different formulas, or I'm investigating, or I'm just, new formulas for them. And probably you have a lessons learned, no? After that.
Yeah, no, that's a great question. I think sometimes I get worried about like, oh man, like, am I getting too stuck into like this specific sound of like this kind of modern retro kind of nostalgic sound? Like, I don't want to pigeonhole myself into this, but then I'll talk to someone like a mentor, for example, or someone who has more experience than me. And they're like, no, like find your thing and then run with it. Like people will seek you out to find that sound. Like if someone wants your sound that only you can offer, that's awesome. Like be proud of that. And of course I want to continue to learn and to grow and to be able to do a bunch of things, but there's certainly a kind of music that I feel most comfortable in, which would be this one. And I feel like that is where I shine. So
80s.
Yeah. So in an example,
modern 80s.
Yeah. In an example, like this song, I was certainly sticking to some familiar habits of like whipping out the Roland Juno synthesizer and just going to town. Like just
I love a detail at the beginning of the song, like Stranger Things music. Do you remember the sound
at the beginning? Like, is it
was a Juno Roland sound from the
pretty much any synthesizer on there is a Juno.
in a scale, in a magical scale.
Oh yeah, it's like the kind of little like bleep bloop bleep bloops.
Sí, look. At the beginning of the song, they go, I love it. A
little twinkle twinkle, a little spicy sauce for you. So there are definitely certain kind of tricks that I kind of grab a lot in this genre of music. using kind of these vintage pieces of gear as much as I can. And, you know, I think in the original demo idea, I had maybe done the bass on the Juno as well. And then in the more full version I sent, I think I had switched to a bass guitar, just kind of knowing that you were a band.
Very, very clever choice.
And I remember that you guys were really happy about that. And I was like, yeah, I get it. I'm a bass player. Like, I want to play the bass. So that was super, super fun for me to get to perform bass, to perform that bass idea and kind of, you know, just a little trick of like adding that like 80s chorus, you know, that chorus effect is automatically going to bring you to a different decade. It's really, really fun. And yeah, and just like playing around with kind of reverb again to get that kind of retro sound and that emotional quality. So there's a lot of things that I'll lean on a lot of just the Juno synthesizers or vintage synthesizers in general, whether they're analog or just plugins. Chorus on bass and then kind of having fun with like some nice tight like rocking drums.
Yes, very loud drums.
Very energetic and kind of poppy. Like listening to some of those references that you had sent and modernizing, but still keeping that retro vibe a little bit as best I could. And then with the vocal, making sure it's nice and present, but again, playing with some effects to still get that vintage sound. Yeah.
I'm in trouble because I'm thinking we all want you for us only
to produce the song.
But the other people, the rest of the world must know how to contact with you, to work with you. Please promote yourself. You don't need any promotion because you are very talented.
Thank you for the opportunity. My platform. Hi, I'm Isabelle Banos.
to the camera, please.
I try not to make mierda. No, I mean, please reach out to me. I love hearing from new artists. Whether you're brand new and you're putting out your first song or whether you have decades of experience trying to, you know, put out a new song, please feel free to get in touch no matter where you are in the world, because remote sessions are becoming more and more popular now. And I'm happy to work that way. I've got a website. It's my name, isabellebanos.com. I've got
Without
Instagram. Without any, unfortunately. I've got Instagram. My nickname is Ballsy. We don't have to get into it. Ballsy_Banos. You can certainly message me on there too. And check out all the fun Lander videos too. There's just like a bunch of fun educational content, and you can catch me being even more silly and weird than I have been in this lovely chat. Just send me a message. I love meeting new people and talking about music. So don't be shy, please.
We're gonna regret. We're gonna regret this.
You're gonna regret it.
Because next song you will be busy.
I'll be too busy.
No, but now the most important question, by the way, is what about your schedule in the following months? Because now that the first song is something like this, we are very excited. You know, we are like, okay, let's start working in more songs.
Like,
let's start
like a drug.
No, but that's true. We were discussing this.
You want more.
You see, Jordi is a very busy guy, the same as us, no? Because we are working also in parallel. We have a lot of, let's say, daily time. They are teachers in the university. I'm working also in one multinational. It's very crazy not to manage the timings. But now that, for instance, Jordi, who has a lot of limited time, it's like, okay, yesterday or the day before yesterday, he already shared with us like 10 new ideas, no? We were like, come on, Jordi, what's happening here? It's like, okay, we are like in a ramp-up mode, right?
And I love that. Like, that's so exciting.
Like a catalyzer, no?
Awesome. No, you have already booked me. I am all yours. I'm working on, what am I doing? I'm working on 2 EPs with some local artists. It's always going to be kind of a juggling act when it's working remotely. But it's like I wish I could just commit to a remote job, but it's like I work on something and then I just like wait by the computer for a response. And it's hard with the time difference too, you know? And I think it's probably the same for you. It's like, you know, you send feedback and then you're just like kind of waiting for the new version. So I think it makes sense that we all have to, we all have to balance our kind of all our jobs, you know. That's the nature of being a musician these days. We're all doing 100 things at one time. But no, I'm all yours. I'm so excited to continue working together and to hear your new ideas and to hear your new songs. And please send them over whenever they're ready, because I'm ready.
Very soon. We promise.
We are not in a hurry with the results. In fact, we don't have specifically times, you know, for every song. But in the end, it's like, okay, there is a lot of flexibility. I mean, we were waiting for a long time. We are now doing something that we like, and we're not like, we need this song in 2 weeks. No.
If Isabel is in, we don't worry.
Awesome.
But before we are 50, come on, before we are 60, come on.
Okay.
We are close to the 60s.
Yeah, before
I'm
60,
joking.
Come on.
I'm joking. but we are in the 50s, you know.
to finish the meeting, we would like to you to say something about your band, Caveboy, for example.
Caveboy, I've heard of them. They're pretty good. No, that's it. No, I'm just kidding. I am in a band. I'm in an alternative pop band based here in Montreal. We're called Caveboy, and I get to write songs and make music with 2 of my best friends, Mint and Lana. And we've been doing it now for, I think, like 10-ish years. But as Caveboy, it's a little bit more recent because we did some project changes, we did some name changes, but it is just such a fun ride. We have had some amazing experiences, and we put out our debut album right before famous March 2020. And that was like a really, really, I know so many artists experienced this, but it was a really, really tough time to put all those years and, you know, tens of thousands of dollars into this huge thing that we were so proud of and so excited and had a year of touring planned. And we were thankfully able to do a couple sold out album launches, which thank goodness we were able to do that, because that kept us going. But then everything got canceled. So it's kind of wild to think that now that album is like old. It's like old news. It's really, really kind of sad. And you know, I've personally had a really hard time kind of accepting that. So we've taken some time to just grieve that and get some new energy. And we're, you know, maybe starting to get creative again, which is really, really exciting and really, really fun. So we're going to work on some new music and release it and start the adventure again. Now that the world is a little.
I say that because I saw that Min is alone in some sense, and then is it supposed that this is the end of the Caveboy?
No, definitely check out Mint Simon as well. They have a phenomenal project, and you know, a few songs that I produced as well, which was such a fun collaboration to work in a new way.
We know.
Please check them out as well, because they embarked on this solo career, which is so awesome, and they're so talented, and we were so supportive and so excited to see what they were going to do and what they're doing. We're their biggest fans, so you can't compete with us. But no, it is not the end of Caveboy. Caveboy is still and will always be going strong. And keep your ears tuned for what's coming soon.
Good. No.
And hopefully a show in Spain.
Really?
Yeah.
We can help on that. Come on, we can probably do some.
Maybe in a couple of years. Yeah. Maybe we can make a joint concert
in Barcelona.
In Barcelona, you with headline, you will be headline, of course.
No way.
We can join forces there, no?
Of course.
A co-headlining Spanish tour. Yes, let's please make that happen. That would be so much fun. And you know, the genres of music, they fit so well together. I think it would be such a fun show. Let's do it.
Why not? In fact, our idea is to have or probably to hire one of the main or known, let's say, venues here, in Barcelona area.
Mhm.
Because, but in the end, in fact, we are also more or less linked to the labels company here because of all the people who is moving the industry here. Why not? We can manage something internally, and probably we can also help, or we can ask for help in order to promote the concert. Or, why not? We can think about different things, different ideas, right? So,
that could be a really fun project. And please come to Canada. Please come to Montreal. People would love you here. So come by anytime.
Really?
I'll tell you where to play. I'll tell you where to eat.
We were in New York, playing there.
Oh.
Five concerts in New York. So why
amazing.
not to go to Montreal? So
yeah, it's just a short drive. Come on.
No, yes, it's true.
It's true.
It's a true story, yeah. It's a true story.
We were there.
Half acoustic,
it's weird how close we are, but divided by this imaginary line. Yeah.
Of course, the audience was not so high, but in the end, there were people coming from Massachusetts and Philadelphia, coming just to see the band,
That's
and
amazing.
yes, in some radios there, it was they were broadcasting the music, and with the previous one, the one that you saw the video.
There were 3 people listening, right?
No, but the experience was okay because, in fact, we were together with the trombonist of the Rolling Stones. No, we were Robert Funk. It was a very good guy there, coming with us in every day. And
That
we
is
realized
awesome.
the first day, really, you are the musician of the Rolling Stones? He said, yes.
Because
we were like,
but explain why. Because
his daughter was our drummer.
Oh, cool.
In New York, yeah.
And the bass player was ¿cómo se llama?
Joel.
Keyboard.
Joel.
Played with the keyboard.
Joel. Yeah, keyboard.
Played with the keyboard at the same time.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Sounds like fun. Oh, I missed
It's
the
a good experience. So we don't, it's something that why not? Go to Montreal and to have to look at a slot for that. For us, it's like, okay, let's go for the.
Yeah, it's Montreal is Canada's little tiny mini taste of Europe.
Okay.
Before we finish, I would like to a small reflection. What do you think about, Isabel? What do you think about the situation of music today? Reggaeton is populating everything, and what do you think about what's the future of the music, our music, or our style of what's happening in the music industry?
Or what is the target? No, the audience. What is the target? No.
Yeah, we're about to age ourselves very much.
Yeah.
Express your complaints.
Sometimes I feel like I'm an old grumpy old soul sometimes when I listen to the radio, but at the end of the day, these songs are touching people and they're making them happy and they're enjoying. And they're making people happy and they're making people forget their problems and just enjoy 3 minutes of life at a time. So I don't want to judge too much, but I do sometimes kind of feel nostalgic and miss the time of the band, when it was all about the band and going to see live musicians work together on stage and put on a performance. And, a lot of these solo artists who have the budget will bring a band because, it's so much more fun. But for a lot of solo artists starting out, it's really, really hard to do that. It's really expensive. So we're missing a lot of that. And the music industry in general, I feel like just has no more money. So they're booking these solo artists because they don't have any money either. It's like, or it's just less complicated to just have one person on stage. And then the next person is also one person on stage. And the next person is also one person on stage. So it's becoming harder and harder, it feels, for bands. It's more expensive. It's a little bit more complicated. And it's not like it used to be when there was a talent scout in, every venue looking to sign the next act. It's just not how it is anymore. So I think it's just hard for everyone, whether you're a solo artist or a band, but it feels like the landscape is certainly catering more towards solo artists. And sometimes I do get a little bit worried about the future if we're going to lose the special quality of a band writing music together and performing music together. But we just got to keep doing what we're doing and hopefully it'll make a resurgence. I mean, pop punk is already coming back, pop punk from the early
Really?
2000s. So that's coming back. So maybe bands will come back too.
Avril Lavigne. I'm joking.
That was the first concert I ever saw. Yeah, I have a small studio space in Montreal. Anyone local who wants to come by and check it out just to hang or to make some music, please do come by. Or if you're traveling through, again, shoot me a message, come say hi. I'll make some suggestions on what you can do in the city, and just get in touch. We've all been so isolated for so long. Let's connect, let's hang out, let's do fun stuff, let's make some art. And thank you for reaching out to me, inventors, my loves. It's been such a pleasure to collaborate with you, and I'm so excited for future collaborations because it really is a dream to work with you guys. It's seamless and it's effortless and it's just fun and funny, and that's all I want to do in life.
Yes.
For me, it was also a pleasure. I mean, to have at least this face-to-face meeting, just to, because I mean, Javier was the main contact with you, but finally he was sharing all the information that we were discussing all together. But I think it was also to have this meeting, or at least to see also the faces and to and to discuss.
But Jordi doesn't speak because he has a problem in his mouth. But he'll try to say something or goodbye or something.
You're doing great, Jordi. You're doing great.
I speak in terms. No, it's nice to meet you. Nice to chat. It's I don't know.
All good.
I'm playing the guitar. Period.
Yeah.
Not a good chatter. Yeah, you can see it.
You're doing great. You do your chatter on the guitar, and that's amazing.
We're joking. We are close and friends.
I can tell.
I always leave them to speak because they speak for everybody. So
especially
Javier.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way in Caveboy.
How,
I like
how to say waffling is the is the correct word. I'm waffling all the time, and you are lucky because it's in English, and English is not my.
If not, we are lost. We can be here.
Spanish, he wouldn't stop.
you can get a word in. Yeah. Oh, that's
I
funny.
speak a lot. Okay, so thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you all so much. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for letting me talk, Javier. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to chat with you and to kind of share more about what I do. And yeah, we should do this again sometime for the next song. We could talk about it, and I'm waiting to hear that next song. So
welcome back.
We'll be back.
Awesome. Well, have a great rest of your night, and we'll chat again soon.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
I don't